But you know what else is gonna happen?
What?
Suffering. Suffering. Suffering.
I suffer already. I've always wanted...
It's time for the next story.
Oh, God!
Welcome to Shitfaced Shitfics, where the fics get shittier every shitty fucking week.
Literally.
This week, we're reading a story called Lady Palutena's Farting Adventures. That's right. We're reading about farts this week. That's what we're doing. We're reading about farts. You guys better fucking appreciate that we're reading about farts. Also,
there's 15,000 words of this.
Yeah, we're not reading all 15,000 fucking words. We are reading just the first part. That is all we are doing.
I know that, but I'm still in awe at the size of this.
Boy, look at them tags.
Just look at the tags. Tags include stomach growling, bad puns, fourth wall, amusement parks, pants pooping, embarrassment, pizza, like
McDonald's.
Oh my God! It's like a dojin.
Universal Studios.
What, really?
Yeah, it's in there.
This is rated T. This is not a sex thing.
Tennis? What the fuck?
It says it's not for sex, but the fact that there's a tag for fetish leads me to believe otherwise.
We're doing this. You're going to watch us suffer through this, and the parts that we're playing today are, the narrator's going to be Flam.
There's McDonald's in this!
Enigma is going to play Pit.
Yeah.
Also, I have something wonderful from Hat for you, Enigma, in a moment. Lady Palutena is going to be Rav. If Rav is there.
I'm here.
Yep. I'm going to play Bianca, Tiny Kong, and Daisy, just whatever parts are left over. Dry Bowser and Viridi will be Priest.
Personally, I prefer the air.
Stop, please stop. And the Eggplant Wizard will be Milk.
I don't even know what to do for a voice in that.
Do your very
No.
Sunbro is a big bro, and he made this for us.
Oh, God.
It's absolutely share. I wonder if I can post. Yeah, I'd like to. I can't post an image, but we can post an image address, I think. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share this with the world because I'm very, very proud of this lovely art. There it is. Thank you for doing this. We always appreciate fan art. We'll always show it on stream. But now, please don't do art of this one, actually. I take that fucking back.
Someone's going to. Someone's going to. You know that. Yes.
Thanks. Would you please read the summary, the notes, and we will begin.
Absolutely. All right, guys. It's time for Barcast.
I hate it every single week.
Alrighty. Lady Palutena's Farting Adventures by YoshizillaRhedosaurus. Amazing. Summary, guys. Being a goddess gives you many things that have an advantage over mortals. Unfortunately, preventing flatulence is not one of them. So rev up those prayers. Oh God, so this is how we're doing this. So rev up those fires, because the gassy green goddess is in town. It's Lady Palutena farting all over, much to Pit's angelic dismay. Also, in an alternate dimension, Lady Palutena farts up a storm at the Smash Mansion, and she wants to show off her godly flatulence by getting everyone with her funky, gassy booty. And just like in the first dimension mentioned prior, poor Pit has to try his best to stop her. But he won't, because Lady Palutena farting is something that you just can't stop. And when the Smashers see Lady Palutena fart, they can't help but feel parted. Why? I'm glad you asked, because Lady Palutena farted. Lady Palutena farts. Lady Palutena fart fetish. Lady Palutena fart. Gotta get those hits on Google somehow.
And the farts start coming and they won't stop coming and they
Gonna
won't
take you
stop
for a
coming and they
ride.
won't stop coming.
Do you want me to read the notes or not?
Trust me.
Huh?
Read the notes. Trust me.
Okay, I'm gonna do this in a different note, just by the first couple words. Yeah, I placed both Palutena's farting problem and Palutena's Putin prowess here, not only to increase awareness about them, but in the extremely unlikely move of them somehow being deleted because of certain people being too butthurt about a combination of fetish and jokes. Yeah, that, and I decided to mix the two farting problems dedicated to green-haired, gassy goddess of light. Why? Because it meshes two completely different storylines into one, and it generates more interest in both of these fanfics, which in turn means more demand for the stories, which in turn leads to there hopefully being more results for Palutena farting. And I've said enough. Enjoy.
No, I will not.
I feel like I just got dabbed on.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Let's try and keep a normal voice. Chapter 1, Kid Icarus Dimension 1. I don't like where this is going.
Nope.
Lady Palutena farting is something that everyone learns to cope and accept. So that's how we're starting. But the gassy green-haired goddess of light wasn't always fond of breaking wind. Hard to believe, but at first, it posed a legitimate problem. How exactly? Just read for yourself, as it all started in her own home dimension. Lady Palutena was sitting on her soon-to-be farting fat ass, watching her lone solider, the food-loving white-winged angel boy Pit, Mr. Kid Icarus himself, beating up all the monster across the sky world. She giggled as she watched Pit bust his butt, only to get a pleasant surprise as Pit came back to Palutena's temple, running up to Palutena.
That takes care of all those pesky monsters, Lady Palutena.
Holy Jesus Christ. Pit exclaimed as he pointed at himself. Palutena squealed, cutely.
Well done, Pit. You saved the lands once more.
Jesus Christ. She winked, wiggling her left index finger.
How about you come over here big boy?
You see, normally this is where this would lead to some good comic porn. I don't like where this is going.
Yep, that's me, Pit. And you're probably asking yourself, how did I end up in this situation?
Anyway, no, keep going. It gets worse.
Pit blushed as he waved his hands at Palutena.
Whoa, let's not get so nasty. I just got back.
He smelled his right armpit, really doing this, shuddering as he folded his arms.
And ew, am I sweating? I'm gonna need a shower.
Palutena grabbed Pit, stuffing him into her big boobs.
Oh, but I love young sweaty boys. It makes me feel horny.
Ara.
This is why I wanted Rav to do this part. This is why I wanted Rav to do this part, okay?
Oh, God.
Pit struggled. I'm going to do announcer voice. Pit struggled to break free, flailing his arms as he screamed.
Lady Palutena, please, this isn't right.
Palutena laughed as she hugged Pit tightly.
Nothing you say will deter me.
Oh, boy. Palutena's stomach growled loudly, prompting Palutena to open her eyes as she farted loudly, causing her dress to be blown upward. Palutena's eyes widened as a noticeable red blush appeared across her face. Pit pulled his head out from Palutena's chest, panting as he tried to catch his breath.
Man, that was more cleavage than I needed to see.
Pit commented as he wheezed, glancing up at Palutena and tilting his head to the right as he blinked several times.
Lady Palutena, are you alright? You look embarrassed.
Palutena chuckled nervously as she rubbed her right elbow.
Pit, let's just say that sometimes It's not okay to hold on to things.
Oh, God. Pit understood it, nodding his head.
Yeah, we gotta let go of the past and embrace the future.
He then gave Palutena a thumbs up.
We need to break new wind to uncharted territory. Cut the cheese and get move on to.
We're really doing this? Palutena groaned as she felt her stomach growl again.
Oh no. I gotta rip one again.
She looked around, ignoring Pit's talking.
Gotta find a way to let one fly without Pit noticing.
Gotta blast. Cut loose and just move on forward.
Pit continued explaining as he made ridiculous poses.
Because life goes too quickly, and it feels like one big fart.
Palutena farted loudly again, though this time Pit witnessed it. Pit had a completely awkward face as his right eye twitched violently, his jaw dropping.
Lady Palutena, did you just...
Pit stated as he was in complete shock. Palutena blushed as she held down her dress, another fart emerging from her goddess rear end.
Oh, I hope Sakurai-san won't notice this. I've never been so embarrassed.
To love farting soon.
Pokemon's farting Bianca stated as she was snooping as usual. I just don't know what to say.
Pingas!
Snooping as usual. You see, farting her way across the various worlds as she let out a huge fart of her own, disappearing as Pit wondered what had happened.
Oh, God.
Lady.
What is this?
You have to read the next section. Header.
I have to read this whole thing?
Slam, read the next section header.
Oh, Palutena farting.
And that's how it all started, or in this case, farted.
Lady Palutena laughed as she was farting several times while playing tennis with Dry Bowser, the skeletal reptile, showing her how to play various sports as they were at Palutena's temple, of which was still covered in her fart gas, a long while after initially embarrassing fart run. Let's get groovy in here and play fart sounds.
Not. Absolutely not.
I still don't know how you managed to fall in love with something as disgustingly juvenile as flatulence.
Dry Bowser stated, accidentally hitting the gas, producing Goddess of Light with the many green fuzzy tennis balls that she summoned, proving himself to be excellent at the sport.
Maybe something in the water, since all the Smash Girls are like this.
Pardon me?
God.
No, not really. Just me and Peach, which is a shame because I would love the others to embrace their flatulent selves.
Palutena laughed as she turned around and literally farted tennis balls out of her farty big butt, laughing with glee.
Can you imagine how much more fun Smash battles would be if everyone besides me, Peach, and Wario farted?
I don't have to imagine. That green loser in the blue overalls is almost as gas-containing as you lot.
Dry Bowser stated in disgust, eventually being reduced to a pile of bones as the speedy Ray Palutena was farting the balls of tennis at were enough to pierce. Am I having a stroke?
You got it.
Okay, were enough to pierce through the bony reptilian skeletal body, of which allowed Palutena to regain her train of thought on her original moments of flatulent distress. Picture, I suppose. Several moments later, Pit tried his best to comfort Lady Palutena, who was filled with fart gas of loud and smelly proportions. Palutena was embarrassed, not expecting to be farting at all.
Lady, I don't mean to be a pest.
Pit stated as he rubbed the back of his head with his right hand sheepishly.
But did you have a buffet last night before sleeping with me? What?
Palutena blushed as she continued to hold down her white-colored dress.
Well, you know me. Being a goddess gives me a huge appetite. I simply couldn't resist eating all that food. It was so delicious that I had to eat it.
Is this where it turns into vor? I feel like it's going to turn into vor.
Pit chuckled as he patted his stomach several times.
Yeah, I know that feel, lady. That vor feel. It's just shocking that even all our powerful beings like you can rip one. It boggles my mind.
Palutena rolled her eyes as she shook her head.
Well, Pit, it seems like not even my heavenly stature is protected from the power of flatulence. I just hope it doesn't affect Skyworld.
Shit, sorry. Mike was being weird.
Pit scoffed.
Yes, Pit scoffed, waving his right hand as he shook his head.
Please, milady. I'm sure your fart can't be all that powerful, right?
Just a crummy of coochie. Just as Pit finished his sentence, Palutena farted loudly again, which caused several stone columns to collapse. Pit and Palutena both ran out as the entire temple collapsed on itself. Palutena groaned as she placed both her hands on her face.
Sweet eggplants! My fart smashed up the entire temple!
Palutena exclaimed in horror. Her eyes widened. Pit coughed as he tried to make a corny joke.
Well, sure looks like it went through a melee. But hey, at least the wet rest wasn't a brawl. There's the door. I'll show myself now.
Palutena glared at Pit.
You really like jumping into the puns and references at every moment, don't you?
Pit sheepishly smiled as he shrugged.
Well, I guess the temple wasn't too slow. I guess I must recover.
Palutena's fart was deep-pitched, much to Palutena's displeasure.
I sure hope Skyworld has new undergarments. At this rate I'm farting, I'm gonna be baking brownies. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh god.
No, Nick has to deliver this next line, and I have to deal with that.
Okay, so she's saying the loggers are about to push one through, alright?
Oh, it gets worse. Please, just...
Pit giggled like a young schoolgirl.
Baking brownies. Well, your butt is like an oven. It's pretty hot.
Well, he made the most of a shitty situation.
That's right.
A farting situation.
No, we're done. Next.
Oh god. Palutena
Oh dear god.
Palutena grabbed Pit and stuffed him into her butt. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh no!
There.
It's gonna turn into anal vor. I was close.
It's brapping now, son. Letting out a nasty, loud, and foul-smelling fart in his face to punish him for the terrible joke. Pit screamed in horror as he flailed his arms about, Palutena pulling him out of her butt 15 seconds later, a look of devastation on the angel's face.
I'm sorry, Lady Palutena.
Pit mumbled as he could barely stand up, his face green from being forced to smell the putrid odor.
I guess I'll hold in whatever jokes I have.
He then fainted, his left leg twitching. Palutena smiled, folded her arms as she let out another blast of gas.
Thanks for being considerate, Pit.
You call that being considerate?
Dry Bowser scoffed as he was giving the temple a cleanup with his mop, shaking his bony head in disbelief while rolling his beady orange eyes in his pitch black eye sockets.
I know, right?
Farts!
Brats.
Why is it so long?
Well, if it helps, there's lots of pictures that make it look longer than it is.
Yeah. Oh god, this is a picture book, technically. Lady Palutena was still outside of the temple, rubbing her stomach with her right hand as she tried to hold in her powerful gas. She was sitting down, looking at the white puffy clouds that surrounded the temple. Pit returned to the scene after having cleansed himself.
Do you want a Pepto-Bismol? I got Pepto-Dismol.
Nigma, read the line.
Well, I guess
Dismal.
I should lay off the pawn top.
Pit remarked, sheepishly rubbing the back of his head. Palutena nodded, closing her eyes briefly.
You should. They're starting to stink.
Pit chuckled a bit, pointing at Palutena.
Yeah, just like your big butt.
Palutena farted loudly, the gas sounding grossly wet as she turned to Pit, glaring at him.
Do I have to fart on you again, pun boy?
This is the pinnacle of humanity. It has led to this.
No, it's led to this coming line.
Pit whimpered, waving his hands in defense.
No, it's alright. Just don't gas me again, please.
Someone is going to take that out of context.
Oh, I already
gonna
have. I'm just not saying anything.
Alex, cut that out, please. Put that in the quotes somewhere. He trembled as he closed his eyes.
Milk, this is you.
Why do I have to suffer? Bah! What is this?
A loud, hammy male voice shouted from down below. Pit placed his right hand on his forehead.
Oh boy, I know that laugh anywhere.
It was then that the Eggplant Wizard popped up, standing on the tallest puffy cloud below the temple. Palutena farted again, being as ripe as a tuba as Eggplant Wizard heard it, causing him to laugh even more.
A gassy goddess? My, we can't have that now, can we?
Eggplant Wizard taunted as he pointed at Palutena with his staff. Pit growled, shaking his left arm at Eggplant Wizard.
Buzz, Eggplant Wizard. Just seeing you makes me nauseous.
Love you too, angel boy.
Eggplant Wizard taunted, blowing a kiss towards him. He then focused his attention on Palutena.
Anyway, how about we play a little game, Palutena? Just you and me.
I don't have time for games. Ew, I'm a goddess.
Palutena remarked, folding her arms. Eggplant Wizard narrowed his eyes, slyly smirking.
Sure, it sure is important being a lazy piece of crap all day.
Palutena stood up, another ripe fart emerging from her enormous rear end.
Are you challenging me, puny vegetable?
I just see her in the shaggy pose.
I'm not challenging you.
Eggplant Wizard stated as he turned around, smacking his butt at Palutena.
I'm forcing you.
What in the fucking goddamn? Palutena growled, turning to Pit.
Pit, you go distract his army. I'll handle this weirdo.
Pit cheered as he pumped his fist.
Great,
Say that again, you cut out.
great. You'll use your staff?
Palutena farted again, going from ripe to wet in 10 seconds. She glanced at her butt, smirking.
Why would I need my staff when I've got my butt?
Pit's enthusiastic smile turned into a frown, resulting to him shuddering in disgust.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up and go take care of those eggplants, Pit!
Palutena shouted, clapping her hands twice.
Okay.
Pit remarked as he jumped down from the temple, attacking the Eggplant Wizard's incoming forces. Palutena cracked her hand, spanking her butt, which made her let out a tuba-like blast of gas.
All right, Eggy. You want a battle? You got one.
Oh, no,
This is gonna get stinky.
Oh,
Get out.
Ew,
Get out.
Stinky.
DJ!
Ooh.
Donkey Kong! Tiny Kong murmured in excitement as she was at the corner, farting in pleasure. She too was dimension farting. Yes, dimension farting.
It's like farting, but advanced.
Okay. Say that again, Pencil.
You can tell too.
Added everyone's favorite gassy Nintendo gal, Princess Daisy, farting in tight jeans, who was pooping her pants alongside the matured version of Tiny.
The fuck?
Can I admire the effort that this person fucking went to in getting these pictures, these snapshots?
Yes, there was a lot of effort with these snapshots. Let's be clear. It's not good, but there is. All right, come on.
I want to point out that snapshot is specifically from the 3DS version of Smash Bros.
That's stupid. We're getting near the end. We can do this, please, please.
After several minutes.
Please.
I'm the one reading it.
Sympathetic pain, damn it.
After several minutes of staring down at each other for no reason other than stalling for time like a certain infamous... The Lady Palutena and the Eggplant Wizard were ready to dance. The Eggplant Wizard jumped onto the same platform as Palutena, so now they were both on equal grounds.
I'm gonna take your temple and rename Skyworld into Eggplant World.
Eggplant Wizard exclaimed as he flailed his arms about, laughing crazily. Palutena placed her hands on her hips, scoffing at the Wizard of Eggplants.
Like that will happen, egg for brains.
Eggplant Wizard growled, zapping some purple lightning from his staff.
That's it. I'm gonna crack you wide open, you light doll. Away with you, goddess.
Palutena turned around, aiming her big butt forward as she farted a deep, pitch, brassy tuba toot loud. The sulfur-like, smelly green gas propelling the lightning back. Eggplant Wizard cocked, stumbling backwards.
What? Your farts actually help you?
Palutena smirked.
It pays to be a gassy giant.
She let out a cute little poot, giggling. Oh, Eggplant Wizard growled as he stomped his left foot, zapping 15 more purple lightning bolts. Palutena farted loud and proud, the strong-smelling green gas repelling the lightning bolts like they were tennis balls. Eggplant Wizard dropped his jaw in disbelief, able to withstand the horrid stench. Jesus Christ.
This is no fun.
Eggplant Wizard exclaimed as he tossed his staff on the ground, pointing at Palutena.
What's the point of using magic when you're using your own body?
Giggity.
Palutena giggled as she winked, letting out another cute poot, which sounded a bit more wet.
It pays to have too much gas inside the jeans.
Eggplant Wizard slapped his forehead.
Jeans don't even exist in this time period.
Just then, much to the surprise of both Palutena and Eggplant Wizard, a furious Viridi appeared, stomping towards Palutena. Palutena stood back up, gulping nervously as she let out a wet fart, with Viridi marching right towards Palutena face to face.
We need to have a talk right now, Miss Pollution!
Oh, God. Viridi exclaimed angrily as she shook her arms with anger. Palutena gulped as she stumbled back.
Now, Viridi, I didn't mean to stink up the skies.
Eggplant Wizard laughed as he pulled out a pink lawn chair out of nowhere and sat down, pulling out a hot yellow-colored bucket of popcorn.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Say that again, Moon. Fucking, milk.
Fug. Oh, this shall be good.
Okay, you're French now. I swear. Oh, I am the Eggplant Wizard. Oh, yes.
Oh my god! Next section, please.
No surrendering here.
Next section, please.
Fucking pictures!
I know.
Several minutes after the previous battle, the goddess of nature, Viridi, was scolding Lady Palutena, who was arguing back in defense over her loud and stinky farts. Bassy, excuse me, I can't read today. Yes, they're bassy now, okay? Eggplant Wizard was enjoying the show, munching down on popcorn. Pit came back, having warded off the Eggplant army.
Lady Palutena,
He glanced to see Eggplant Wizard munching on popcorn and turned to the left to spot Viridi. He gulped as he raised his hands up to his mouth.
Oh no, this won't be good.
Your big fat butt is causing my beautiful atmosphere to rot!
My God. Viridi exclaimed as she shook her wooden staff at Palutena. Palutena shrugged as she let out an ear-piercing wet fart.
Well, it's not my fault that you don't do a good job cleaning it.
I know how to clean! I can just reset!
It's like an anime Gilbert Godfrey, who's fucking female.
He's imitating.
My clitoris!
No, I know what he's imitating.
My anus is
No,
bleeding.
you're imitating Monokuma, aren't you? You're being Monokuma.
It's time for the killing game!
Fuck you and your Monokuma shit.
Among Us.
Viridi exclaimed as she tossed away her staff. Palutena wrapped her arms around the back of her head, belting out a raunchy fart.
Then why don't you reset my farts in your atmosphere?
Viridi this time, angrily shook her arms frantically.
Because I spammed the reset button so much, it broke!
She then sniffled, rubbing her right eye, with tears forming in both eyes.
That, and because I got a restraining order from Mr. Rossetti.
Pit laughed as he slapped his right knee.
Oh shit! I left my body from this. I had to.
That must have taken a lot of power.
Gone with the wind.
That must have taken a lot of power for Rossetti to restrain you.
He joked Enigma was gone with the wind. Palutena, Viridi, and even the Eggplant Wizard all angrily glared at Pit, who started whimpering as he shrunk.
Anyways!
Viridi started again as she grabbed Palutena by the chest.
Fart one more time! One more time, motherfucker! I dare you! And I'm gonna get really nasty!
Grab Palutena by the... Why do I get the feeling that just little, midget just grabbed her tits and just pulled her down to her level?
Oh my god, anyway.
Palutena flinched and then farted again. After hearing the thunderous tuba-like sound emit from Palutena's not-so-light rear end, Viridi started grinding her teeth. Palutena chuckled nervously as another bubbly fart trickled out of her enormous derriere. Oh my god, these pictures! Good lord, you posted these with intent!
Oh my god.
Someone
Look at that smug-ass fart face.
What the fuck?
To be someone here has to change their avatar to that.
So anyway.
Look at this brap!
No, let us continue, please. I just want to be done.
Pictures. Okay,
I think that's the wrong pencil.
It is not. I don't think so.
I thought Viridi was that brown Pokemon.
Viridi is a character from Kid Icarus, kids.
Okay, I'm stupid. I thought you were sharing Monica. I'm dumb.
Alright,
okay.
I'll show you to fart in my presence, you ugly green giant!
Viridi complained as she slapped Lady Palutena across the face. Palutena gasped as she, quite typically at this point, farted a trombone-like toot loudly, rubbing her sore right face cheek as she growled.
Oh, so you want a cat fight, huh?
Palutena slapped Viridi back across the face.
Well, let's say you put up a fight.
God, optimum 14 decibels. I know what I'm fapping to tonight. Oh my god. Viridi growled as she grabbed her staff, hitting Palutena right on the head. Palutena snatched Viridi's staff, placing it right between her butt cheeks as she farted loudly on it, causing the wood to wither. Viridi screamed in horror as she placed both her hands on her face, with the Eggplant Wizard having a laughing fit.
No! My precious, beautiful, nature-inspired staff!
Oh, God. Viridi cried as tears began to form in her eyes. She growled as she shook her arms with rage, tears falling from her face as she was ready to fight back.
So, you just can't resist stinking up this beautiful planet, huh?
Palutena folded her arms as she stuck her tongue out, letting another rotten tuba toot while shaking her gas-filled ass.
Nothing you can do about it, Shorty.
Oh, nothing, huh?
Viridi taunted as she grabbed Palutena and stuffed her between her butt cheeks, letting out an even worse, more raunchy poot.
Well, have a taste of your own medicine, fart face!
Oh my god.
Eggplant Wizard's jaw dropped so much it broke off. Viridi farted again, this time making it as rotten as possible to torture Palutena, who flailed her arms and tossed her legs as she released high-pitched squeaky poots in an attempt to call for help.
Oh my god.
almost done. We have 2 more sections, and that's it. We can do it. I believe in you all.
All right, I'm not going to read the italics part since this has nothing to do with the. Things went from bizarre to weirder as the gassy Viridi continued to fart in Lady Palutena's face, who screamed as she struggled, letting out more poots of her own. Eggplant Wizard was still watching in disbelief, with Pit coming back to see the horror that was enfolding, apparently.
What in the name of Lady Palutena?
Okay, Pit exclaimed as he placed his hands on his head.
Viridi's farting in Lady Palutena's face? Oh, the indignity!
Viridi laughed as she turned to Palutena.
See? My farts can be terrible too! How does it feel, fart face?
You sound like Mickey Mouse now.
I know.
Gorge.
How you like me now, Minnie? Palutena coughed as she managed to pull her head out from Viridi's butt cheeks.
Oh my. Just when I thought this fanfic couldn't get any more disgusting.
She then gulped as she puked out green vomit, coughing more as she tried to get the horrid stench out of her senses.
I need a doctor. It smells gross and dangerous.
Pit rubbed the back of his head sheepishly.
I don't think doctors could treat goddesses.
He meekly mumbled. Viridi folded her arms as she continued looking at Palutena.
So, are you gonna stop polluting my clear skies? Or do I have to knock you out cold?
Eggplant Wizard placed his jaw back onto his face, chuckling as he rubbed the drool from his mouth. Eggplant Wizard.
Come on,
Milk.
this is an interesting turn of events, he stated.
He stated. Pit turned to Eggplant Wizard, placing his right hand on his hip. On his hip? Why?
On whose hip? His own or the Eggplant Wizard's?
Yeah,
Now put your hands on your hips!
Boy, are you telling me? I would have never guessed that Viridi was capable of farting like Lady Palutena.
He shuddered as he folded his arms.
Then again, I never expected Lady Palutena to release giant farts in the first place.
Palutena tried to get up, but she farted loudly again, causing her to widen her eyes in fear as she looked up at Viridi, who smirked again. Eggplant Wizard and Pit simply stared at each other in shock, knowing what was about to happen again before them. Viridi was still torturing Lady Palutena with her rotten tuba-like farts, with Palutena farting in fright as Pit and the Eggplant Wizard watched from the sidelines. As the two goddesses kept polluting the planet with their awful farts, Pit and the Eggplant Wizard had a bit of banter with each other.
So, are you doing anything?
I don't like where this is going, Pit asked, rubbing the back of his head. Eggplant Wizard rubbed his chin with his left hand, holding his staff in his right hand.
Well, today I was planning on taking over Skyworld from you. And tomorrow, if I took over, I was going to plant eggplants everywhere.
Pit looked at the Eggplant Wizard oddly.
That's it? You just want to turn this place into an eggplant garden?
The Eggplant Wizard shrugged.
It started being original when you only exist just to be placed on a side.
He sighed as he shook his head.
And let's face it, everything is cliche nowadays.
Pit sighed as he wrapped his arms around the back of his head, focusing back on the farting goddess.
Well, I guess you got a good point.
He agreed. Will Viridi continue to fart in Palutena's face? Find out next time in the Kid Icarus dimension on Dragon
thanks.
Ball
No, we
Z.
won't. No, we will not.
No.
How do I look
We
at the
will
comments? There's
fucking
two of
not.
them. There's 2 comments. I want to know what they say. I have to know.
It's time for the farting game!
You
I
click-
hate this. No.
You click the comments thing right there, and then they show at the bottom.
Yeah.
You wrote 2 stories about farting? Wow. And I honestly don't know what I was expecting when I saw this in the Donkey Kong Country tag, but it was worth the read, good lord.
So if you really like this story and you want us to read more, don't leave a fucking comment. We don't care. We're not going to read more of this. That's it. That's the one chapter. You want to go find it yourself? Go right ahead. The author, the wonderful author, whoever the fuck their name is. What was their name?
I don't know.
YoshizillaRhedosaurus.
Yeah, YoshizillaRhedosaurus. Good job. We're not reading more of your fucking story. We're done with that.
Sir.
Good day, sir. What do you guys think of it?
Good yard.
Fucking hate it. Never again.
I'm gonna bleach my asshole because of this. No farts shall leave my body ever again.
I am in honor of this story. I'm going to glue my asshole with Gorilla Glue and then take laxatives.